Why am I hearing people talking about Kanye again? And Diddy.
Diddy's always in the news.
They never stop talking about Diddy. It's just always talking about Diddy. I thought we had a break from Shannon Sharp, but no.
Nah, this is a new thing that's going to be ongoing for the next couple weeks, probably. There's so much to it. They keep releasing more information that's going on. It's a lot.
What information came out this week?
This information, they revealed the Michelle girl. They were talking about the older woman. They revealed what she looked like, and she has allegations. Yeah.
I did see that she was older, but then I guess they had a little younger picture. So there's
yeah.
So Michelle's a whole nother person?
Yeah, Michelle is. Some people are saying it was the girl on that tape that got released where he was saying Michelle, but the other people saying it's a different girl. So I'm not sure if that's the same girl.
Yeah, because the person in the audio that everybody was talking about last week is 19.
Yeah, no. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the tape that got released last year where he was saying Michelle.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
50 in the tape then, because that was live.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That was live.
Yeah. Him and the older girl, are around the same age. They've been knowing each other for years, apparently, like decades.
Very interesting. It would be very interesting if that was Michelle, because Michelle is about 50 years old right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Have fun. Yeah. Anyway, welcome to Royally Speaking.
You're welcome.
I'm Eddie Natasha.
I'm Demi J. So there are a couple weird things about that too. I don't really want to get into all of it.
Do I care about this story? Like a good one now, Will. Give us something to listen to. All right, we got some topics that we're going to talk about specifically for today. And as always, we're going to go ahead and spin that wheel, let it pick the topic we're going to do first. Of course, the wheel will pick the Kanye West rant.
We've been talking about Kanye so much, not on the show, but personally, there's just been so much going on with him. Like he released this album, and he said some crazy things on one of the songs, but he's been very controversial for all the stuff he's been doing the last month, really.
Yeah, we briefly touched on the song Cousins, where I think all we said was that he said he abused. Well, I guess I thought it was abused and said his cousin. But judging by the song and the lyrics of the song, it sounded like this might have been mutual.
Yeah.
And they were like, if you listen to the lyrics, he's saying like they were watching two men kissing on the video, and they decided to try some stuff that was happening on the video, and they went a bit far with it, to the point where, the question is Kanye gay? Well, I'm assuming it's not a question anymore, because looks like he just came out and said it in his rant. Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's play the rant. Or the clip we have from the rant.
Yeah, this is 90% of the rant.
Yeah, academics put that battery in my back, bro. Because I was in the airport by myself, bro. That shit is so important to me, man. That means love to you, bro. That meant everything to me, bro. I'm going to go get these kids, man. Fuck all these faggot niggas. I'm going to go get these kids, bro. I'm talking to the lawyers. It gets to the point where I don't lose my fucking mind. I'm like, I have to get used to that seeing my kids. Like, it'll be okay. And then niggas like, hey, Ferg. Oh, I could be whole. Nigga, I could be whole when I see my kids, nigga. Come talk to me. You niggas don't know shit. I'm the leader, nigga. Why y'all keep trying to figure shit out, nigga? If I go like that, y'all go like that. I'm y'all leader. All of y'all. And it's okay. It ain't nothing. But y'all niggas ain't doing no season 3 stadium show. How many millionaires you seen Virgil made? How many people met Virgil was like, I'm a millionaire now. I'm a billionaire now. That's what they do. The white people, the Jews, they'll grab a Kendrick, a Virgil, and then put a false idol, a false king. And I'm not here to be your idol. I'm the leader. I'm not here to be worshipped. And as a leader, I'm saying, how am I supposed to lead y'all if I don't got my kids with me to continue what we're doing? I ain't got no motherfucking legacy. So why the fuck you think I'll be spazzing out, nigga? Twins in charge of my motherfucking legacy, nigga, and I'm gay. Twins in charge of my motherfucking legacy, and I'm gay, nigga. Turn that shit off. I'm in charge. I'm in charge of my legacy. Let me put that in the universe. Thank you, Act.
Okay.
Wait. So much. I have so many questions. Number one, why did we skip through all that other stuff he said? Nobody cares. He need his kids back.
Because that's the same stuff he's been saying the whole time he's been ranting all month.
Second, like we skipped through all that, went straight into the part he said I'm gay. And then my second question is, did he actually say I'm gay? Or did he say I'm yay?
Right.
And it just got misinterpreted because he had that mask covering him up and it came out weird.
Right. Yeah.
And I noticed some of those words on the captions were wrong. Because there was a part where he said Virgil and he wrote virgin.
And then they wrote twin. He was saying twigs.
Yeah. And speaking of that, speaking of other stuff in the video, why is Twigs in charge of his legacy? Like,
I know he got beef with Twigs because he's been with the Northwest. So I mean, she's been with Northwest. Yeah.
There's so much going on with Northwest and who they put Northwest around.
I think that's the one that had Northwest wearing makeup or something like that. That they didn't like. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just don't know how it's Kanye's legacy when that would more like be Northwest's legacy, but I guess if that's his kid, it's a part of his legacy.
Yeah, you're right. His legacy will live on through his kids.
So I'm still very concerned about whether or not he actually said I'm gay.
Yeah, now I'm listening to it. He might not have said gay. He might have been saying yay. I don't know.
But the internet is buzzing. Everybody's like, he said I'm gay, and they wrote gay on the screen. It's just like, here's the thing that happened a few days ago. He has still not come out to be like, that's not what I said. So, but then there's Jay. So would he come out and dispute it? We're talking about him. That's all he cares about. Well, that's not what you said. You said he need to go to a mental. No, was it you? Somebody said he needs to go to a mental institute.
Well, he does. He does. I don't think I said that, but he definitely needs some help. He's been going crazy for a minute. It's not new. He's
been going crazy forever. I was reading some comments. Somebody was like, Kim married him for clout and it backfired on her. Mm-hmm. Oh boy, well, them poor kids, they gotta be mixed up in all of this. But I mean, I know celebrity kids. They ain't even asked to be celebrity kids, and they gotta deal with all of this. Ain't nobody asked to be Kanye's child. And they gotta live with it.
They're gonna be okay.
They're gonna be okay. Yeah, they're gonna have a lot of stuff. But anyway, that's a whole lot. Why is he so? I mean, no. Why am I asking why? You know why? He lost it a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's coming back.
I don't know why he's keep getting worse instead of better.
Oh yeah. Plus at the end he said he want to thank Ack, and it said like thank Ack, like AT. Like, he said thank you Ack. But I don't even know if they played it, but I remember.
Yeah, it was in there. That was pretty much the whole point right there.
Oh, he seems to be very appreciative of academics. Mm-hmm. And Virgil. I mean, it sounds like
everybody's been shouting out Virgil. I got to look more into who he is.
Oh, you know who Virgil is?
Mm-hmm. The Virgil that they're talking about, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is Virgil even still alive? I can't even remember.
The Virgil that they're talking about is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah. He seemed to be appreciative. It seems like it was like a shout out to Virgil, the way he said it. Mm-hmm. And you still got it. He goes back and forth and backtracks so much, you never know. But yeah, he was just like, I don't know. The rest of the stuff is weird. He did use that word, the F word earlier, and I thought we weren't supposed to use that word anymore.
They don't care what he's saying all types of stuff he's not supposed to say.
Right. He talks about all types of people. He talks about, yeah, you're right. He doesn't care about nothing. But I could be wrong, but it sounds like he's saying he is one. So like it's just like, what are you doing? He's so weird.
Virgil, I think, is a fashion designer. The one that they're
talking. But you said, I mean, the fashion designer Virgil's the one who everybody knows about.
Yeah.
But you keep saying the one they're talking about like it's somebody else.
Well, that person's named after the ancient person. So you said that. That's why you mentioned them being dead, I'm assuming.
I got what you're saying. Yeah. Virgil, the fashion designer, is the one who everybody's always talking about.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Virgil, I guess Virgil helped him like with his fashion legacy or something like that. But I guess, Virgil's like one of those people who helps Black people do better.
He's a entrepreneur, and he helps rappers out a lot.
Oh, maybe he helps rappers, but yeah, that's what it seems like. That's what it seems like he's trying to say. And the other people just take, they don't help people; they help themselves and just pocket the money. That's what it sounds like. Ye is trying to say.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that he's gay. If he said he's gay. But is he gay?
But he said he's gay in the song pretty much, though. Even if he did say he was gay.
All the stuff that he said he did to his cousin is gay, so...
I mean, I know he's trying to say...
why does he want us to know?
And then I know in the song he's trying to say that he's not gay, but what he's saying he did was gay.
Yeah.
So.
And then he said it was like euphoria.
Yeah, right. That song was crazy.
Usually in songs, he's just like lyrically, like he's like a lyrical genius. This time it's just confusing.
Yeah, he's losing it. He's just saying stuff on songs.
Yeah,
it just sounds crazy.
We're listening to it because it's interesting because it's so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But is that what he wants? Does he want us to just keep talking about him so his name doesn't get forgotten? Or is he really not sure or not aware? Is he not reading the room? Like, does he not know he sounds crazy? I don't know. Anyway,
your voice is getting kind of low.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. I do that sometimes. I'll start talking, and then at the end, my voice will just be like, "Oh, I'm really down." And next thing you know, you only heard half the statement. I am working on that. All right. Well, anything else about Kanye?
I'm sure there's always more about Kanye. That's all I would say for now.
What do you call it? Like, is it trauma? What do you call it when two young kids do something that's kind of like regretful? Or, I mean, like if an adult did it to a kid, it would be sexual abuse. But if two kids do it, is there anything to? Is it just playing? Is it experimenting? Like, what do you call it? I feel like it still traumatizes you in a way, depending on what it is.
What did you say? It is.
I don't know what it is. I'm asking what it is.
Oh, what was the guessing?
I don't know. Is it trauma? Is it just
you said trauma? Is it trauma? And you said is it something else? Oh, I don't think it's trauma.
Is it experimenting?
I don't think it's trauma if they're just doing what they've seen before, but doing it after, that causes trauma. But I don't think doing it is trauma.
Is there any word? Like, is there any medical word for it? For the trauma you have after doing it?
After you do it as trauma, I would thought you meant what makes you do it is it trauma, but I don't know what that would be called. That makes a kid decide to experiment with that.
Curiosity, I guess.
Yeah, but afterwards, you'll get trauma.
Yeah, especially like that, because like for you to have to bring it up. What were they? 14? So what is this like?
No, he was doing it up until they stopped at 14. He was doing it for years. Yeah.
And so he stopped at 14.
Mm-hmm.
So it took him like at least 30 years to come out and say it happened.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at some point he probably was never going to say it was going to happen. That probably was never the plan until he decided to do it.
And then he said he told the cousin not to tell nobody, and then he go telling people. So now, and it's just like anybody who really knows them probably knows who the cousin is, and it's just like now everybody knows. Oh, that's what y'all doing. You know what I mean? Like, right. And then after you told not to tell anybody, you go tie. You know what? People do that all the time.
Yeah.
How many people do that when they're like, don't tell nobody. You can't. And then all of a sudden everybody starts telling me. I'm like, what'd you learn? Oh, the same person told me not to tell nobody. Like, weird. Right? Mm-hmm. So he tells his cousin not to tell nobody, and then he tells the whole world.
Right.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Well, that's all.
Yeah, I know, right? Time to move on from too much energy on this. Let's move on. And, oh gosh, this keeps happening. And let's go on to something else.
Okay.
All right, so this is the only other topic we have for today, and it should be really quick. Number one, the Diddy trial that we've been hearing about all the time is actually about to start.
Yes, starts Monday.
Monday, yes. May 5th. Oh my gosh. Speaking of Monday, May 5th, right? Just off topic. You know, on May 4th, how all like Star Wars fans be going around sounding like Mike Tyson. Oh, they talking about May the 4th be with you. Oh my gosh, I just thought about that because I seen it on something I was pulling up. I was like, oh yeah, we about to hear that all day. Anyway, I just had to throw that in there. May the 4th be with you. For all the Star Wars fans. Anyway, so back to Diddy. As you can see, it says something about a plea deal.
Yeah.
He was offered a plea deal and
Major developments tonight involving the case against Sean Diddy Combs, what he decided in court today, and what this now means, the move coming just 4 days before his trial is set to begin. Here's Aaron Katursky.
Tonight, Sean Combs makes it official. He's rejecting the government's offer to plead guilty and spare himself the possibility of a prolonged term in prison. When asked if he turned down the offer, Combs answered, "Yes, I do, Your Honor," as he stood in a baggy beige jail uniform. Terms were not disclosed, but prosecutors did say a plea could result in a shorter sentence for Combs than if he's convicted. The decision guarantees Combs will face trial beginning just 4 days from now that will test whether one of music's most prolific figures used his power, wealth, and fame to sexually exploit both women and men for decades. Combs has pleaded not guilty to racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution charges that accused him of coercing alleged victims into prolonged, drug-fueled sexual activity that he called freak-offs and threatening them into silence. At trial, Combs will ditch the jail garb and wear ordinary clothes, as his lawyers argue the evidence shows consenting adults being intimate in their own way. Jury selection begins Monday. David, prospective jurors have already started answering written questions. If Combs is convicted, he faces what could amount to a life sentence. David?
Aaron Katersky was following this case for us. Aaron, thank you.
Okay, so first of all, y'all want to go over there and put on good pictures of Diddy up there now. What happened to that weird looking cartoon drawing that they had from the trial artist? Like, where is that? Why ain't you use those pictures? It's like they had some funny looking pictures of Diddy that they did as I guess the sketch artist in the courtroom.
Yeah,
that thing was hilarious. Please, funny, because I'm just like, why? Anyway, I'm also mad that they didn't. While she looks at the pictures,
which one is it?
Well, all of them was it. Look at it. All of this. Oh gosh, look at these pictures. Look at this one. Look at that. Oh, all of them are weird. The ones from the most recent ones.
Okay, put that up on the screen.
They had a bunch of different ones, but we got one, so we'll just look at that one. We gotta wait for it to load. Are you putting the whole thing on the screen?
Yeah, because I don't know which one was it.
Scroll down. It's a few. Of course, it would be the most recent ones, but they don't have dates on these. Look at this. Here's the thing. They what you call it? They got all the weird looking bitches and sketch artists. They have his head looking all long or whatever. I ain't even mad at them for not using these pictures. I've seen some that this ain't even the worst. I've actually seen some way worse looking pictures than this, but I guess they're not the most the ones that are showing up the most. There's something like with his mouth open, like he talking, and it's like they got his head looking all long. I'm just like, or is that how he looks in court? And we just haven't seen him.
There's no way he look like that. I don't even look like that.
Like his hair growing a little big, his gray beard coming in, and they ain't got no.
Well, maybe the grays is right, but that face is not right.
Ain't got no Bajine in jail. No Bajine or that stuff that they put on their beards or whatever. They don't got none of that. The other thing is, which is very disappointing, is that see, this keeps happening. The other disappointing thing is that they don't want to give us the details of what was in his plea agreement. You know, we want to know. Mm-hmm. What did they want him to plead to?
I'm assuming it was something like 30 years or more, like something that wouldn't have even been worth it. I'm assuming that's why I got rejected.
No, I want to know what they wanted him to say. Yeah, I did it too.
Oh, he wanted him to say yeah to the Lil Rod stuff, which he's adamant about disagreeing with.
Just that, or a bunch of stuff? Well,
that was the main thing he disagreed with in the plea deal.
What about the one, the chick who accused Jay-Z?
I don't think that would have been in this plea agreement for Diddy.
Because she said it was both of them.
Yeah, I don't think she took that one. Went to court even.
That one Diddy. It never made it to court.
Yeah.
How you know they ain't trying to make him plead guilty to a bunch of extra stuff that we didn't hear about?
I don't know. Maybe I
want to know what did they want you to plead guilty to, like overall? But
I'm assuming it's going to be all the gay stuff and the baby oil and the maybe the pink cocaine stuff too.
He did the baby oil stuff though. All he did was have baby oil.
But you know, this is deeper than that. They're accusing him of doing certain things like drugging people with the baby oil.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
stuff
right.
Too.
Yeah, they did say he drugged with the baby oil. But I mean, like, who would make up a story like that? That you know how something just sounds like it's too weird to not be true? Like, you can't.
I'm gonna disagree with that one. People could start to.
I can't just come out there and be like, "You drugged me with baby oil." Like, who would think?
Yeah, but once you first you hear about him drugging people, then you hear about the baby oil separate. So people could put those two together. The drug was in the baby oil, and that's how he was drugging.
Why wouldn't you just think the baby oil was lubricant?
Because they want to be able to charge him with something with the baby oil too. So that's still a possibility.
Okay, that makes sense.
I don't know. I also see that being a possibility, but
I see it being a possibility that it's true too.
I mean, yeah, I'm about to say. I know it
with that much baby oil.
It definitely seems like it's true, but I could also see why it might be exaggerated on some things a little bit, especially with all these different people coming forward and saying different things.
Yeah. And now going to trial, of course, he could be facing life.
He is facing life.
If they find him guilty of all that extra stuff, like that's gonna be.
I don't see how at this point he doesn't get found guilty at least some of the things at the least.
Yeah,
but he does have Steele as his lawyer now, so he be working magic.
Steele. That's another reason why I'm mad we can't get in the courtroom. And don't be drawing no messed up pictures of Brian Steele, okay? I feel like that's the thing that would make me want to go to court. I want to see Brian Steele do his work. And so, work his magic because he's good. He sounds like he can put up a good little fight, put up a good little case, no matter what the situation is. No, we won't get to see it. We'll just get to hear the stories about it for the few people who can get into the courtroom.
Right.
And look at them weird pictures. So they say he's not going to have to wear that tan jumpsuit anymore, right? He gets to wear a suit to court once the trial starts.
Right, yeah. He was wearing the jumpsuit in that picture, wasn't he?
Yeah. So I wonder if he gonna become no, since it's not televised, he probably not gonna be wearing all types of extravagant outfits like how Young Thug was.
Yeah, probably wouldn't even. I'm assuming it's not even going to last as long, but who knows?
Oh yeah, I don't think it's gonna last that long. They'll get that evidence out there. They'll argue the cases and then be done. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all on that, right? Anything else? I guess we'll just start having information on the trial as it goes along. Anything interesting? Well, we ain't gonna talk about the boring stuff. Trust me, we will spare you the boring details. It'll be the good stuff.
Yeah, and now that the trial is about to start, we could probably follow what's going on with him a little bit more.
Yeah, get some little updates, little periodical updates. As long as it's interesting. Just it happened and they just doing boring this and that. I don't want to talk about none of that.
Right.
A lot of trials be boring.
This one ain't gonna be boring if they got all the people they said they got though.
Yeah, and didn't Lil Rod's little thing get dismissed too? So he ain't gonna have to testify, is he?
Yeah, I think that might have been. I don't know if they could bring that back. I think that might have been dismissed altogether. I'm not sure though. But everybody else's witness accusations was crazy too, though.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, off topic. We just talking about Diddy. Just made me randomly think of Misa Hilton. And why she mad at Mary J. Blige, like some weirdness happened over their artist. I'm assuming it was a shared artist at some point, and then Mary J. Blige did something to stop his album from coming out. Vado.
No.
Does anybody still care about Vado?
I barely knew about him.
Does anybody ever care about Vado? I mean, maybe his new music is better, but anyway, they beefing over some nonsense. Hopefully they get through it. Hopefully they'll be all right. But that was all I just wanted to add on that because it just made me think of her. I mean, it just made me think of that because it was we were talking about Diddy and it made me think of me. So that's all though.
Okay.
We're gonna end this here, and we come back again. It's gonna be a whole new topic. So look out for some other videos. All right. I'm NY Tasha.
Demi J. Thank you for watching.